RCCO on air. You're now locked into the pulse of the city, where information and music conspire. RCCO on air. Get ready to tune in for advice and the hottest tunes. From life hacks to killer tracks, we've got it all for you. RCCO on air, bringing you ultimate radio experience.
A pleasant Thursday afternoon, folks. This is CM, and you're currently tuning in to your fortnightly 4 p.m. habit. You're now tuning in once again to the show where refreshing music and substantial legal discussion take place. That's only here on RCCO On Air, where music and information meets. Your great source for great tunes and legal insights is now streaming on demand on both YouTube and LinkedIn. Brace yourselves for another week fortified with substantial legal insights to fill your cup of knowledge on different areas of Australian law, in which today, we will cover about construction law. We will dive into a crucial topic that every subcontractor working on major construction sites should know, and that is the importance of formal contracts over relying solely on submitted quotations. While quoting for a job is often the first step and usually is being done in most construction sites in securing work, is it enough to protect your legal and financial interests? We'll unpack the risk involved when subcontractors proceed with large-scale projects without a legally binding contract. From payment disputes to scope misunderstandings and liability issues, let us unravel whether relying solely on a quotation could be helpful or leaving you vulnerable. On this week's episode of RCCO On Air, we shall be covering quotations versus contract, protecting subcontractors on construction sites. Whether you're just starting out or have years in the trade, this discussion could save you from costly headaches down the track. Don't leave the stream yet, as RCCO On Air gets back to you shortly.
RCCO on air.
Seeking a legal champion to protect your interests? At RCCO Lawyers, we dedicate our steadfast effectiveness, resourcefulness, and clarity to yield the best results for you.
My name is Rochelle Castro. I'm the of RCCO Lawyers. We have 4 offices around Australia, so we're a national Australian law firm. We have a headquarters in Melbourne. We have an office in Sydney, in Brisbane, and also in Perth, Western Australia. We specialize in particular practices from commercial contracts, commercial litigation, strata, property, which includes conveyancing, building and construction, wills and estate, and reach out to us and see if we could assist you, because we could just give guidance, and it's all about advocating your rights.
RCCO on air.
Welcome back to RCCO On Air, where music and information meets. As RC&Co Lawyers expands through building a network with our partner lawyers, we are delightful to be joined today by Peter Kotsopoulos. Peter is an experienced corporate professional based in Melbourne with over 20 years of experience in senior corporate roles that include a proven skill set in contract law. As part of the RC&Co Lawyers team, Peter offers expertise in construction and property law. And not just that, because he specializes as well in commercial litigation, energy, resource, and infrastructure law, planning and environmental law, and including debt collection. His dedication to delivering exceptional legal services does not only transpire through conventional lawyer consultations, as he now yields legal advice live here on RC&Co Lawyers Facebook page. Here's what Peter has to say from a legal standpoint towards quotations and contracts, and which one protects subcontractors on construction sites.
Hi, my name is Peter Kotsopoulos from RC&Co Lawyers. I'm a partner lawyer with RC&Co Lawyers who specialises in construction and property law. And I'm so grateful to be part of this podcast and to be provided the opportunity to answer the question and provide my legal thoughts on subcontract agreements and contracts. Now, as a subcontractor that tenders for construction work, your quote that outlines your scope of works and price is important. However, you should not disregard the importance of accompanying your terms and conditions specific to the work that you are providing. It is best practice for you to have your own subcontractor agreement draft specific to the project and to each project that will thoroughly outline all pertinent terms relating to the work you're offering and performing. Now, depending on the bid process, the contract needs to be submitted by you to either the head contractor or to the principal who's responsible for the project. If the bid process, this is very important, only allows you to sign either the principal's or head contractor's own contract draft, it is advisable in the first instance to assign your lawyer to thoroughly review any other party's contract relating to the works that you are going to provide. Other parties' contracts can be quite complex, and it is not unusual for you to be presented to sign a head contractor's contract document that may specifically align or tie with a very, very complex principal's head contract. Your lawyer can assist you to review and negotiate all contract documents before you sign, including any confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements that may be presented to you. The benefit of a thorough drafted subcontractor contract is basically to minimise your commercial and legal risk. It is essential to ensure both parties are aware of their obligations, and that should be covered in your subcontractor contract draft. Now, there are many key clauses or terms that need to be included in your subcontractor contract draft. However, what I'll do now is go through 7 very, very briefly that should be key clauses that should be included in your contract draft. The first one is indemnities. Basically, that would outline what each of you what parties are responsible for and indemnified against. Now, basically, to indemnify means one party protects the other against damage and harm. The second one is a limitation on liability. A liability cap must be included in every contract to the benefit of you, the subcontractor, and should always be at a reasonable level to the value of what you are obtaining under the contract. And also, you need to consider your insurance, how that aligns to that. Number 3, exclusion of consequential loss. Now, you as a subcontractor should not have any responsibility for consequential losses. Now, they may include loss of profit or revenue. These need to be excluded as liability for you, the subcontractor, in the contract. 4, termination clause. For cause and or convenience, very important to permit you to terminate the contract with not a lot of risk or penalty. That is very, very important. The defect liabilities period. Example, you may offer that a 12-month period to repair or refund any defect at your own costs. Now, these clauses can be very, very complex to draft, and it's important you are protected and what responsibility you may have from a defect liability and time attached to that. Insurance, very important. Must match the coverage under your policy, the subcontractor, your policy. Very, very important. And lastly, dispute resolution and security of payment clauses, which can be very complex as well, particularly security of payment clauses. Now, I hope those answers provided have provided to your questions, and I'm hoping they make you feel at ease. And we at RCCO Lawyers are available to assist with any further legal construction matter you may have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter, for that informative advice on the matters that we ought to discuss today. And if you have any legal matters in which you are actually struggling to hold into or to deal with, our lawyers here at RCCO Lawyers are always ready to offer their hand for you to be able to solve all your legal matters. You may actually send us a message on any of our social media accounts, most especially on Facebook, which is actually where you are watching right now, on Instagram, Twitter, or X, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. And as well as we have a quote form available on our website, that's www.rccolawyers.com. If you want to reserve a consultation together with the lawyers that we have on our roster, which is including Peter. And right now, we are also asking for your support to help us spread this video across different platforms to the people that you know who might be actually needing legal assistance in Australia today. I hope that you were able to fortify your knowledge in regards to the construction law from Peter's advice. And right now, let us come and relax your minds as we are about to douse ourselves into another music. Don't leave the stream yet, as RCCO On Air gets back to you shortly.
Vamos a bailar este ratatanga.
RCCO on air.
In a world where uncertainties abound, find peace of mind with RC&Co Lawyers. Our mission is your empowerment. We're not just legal experts. We're partners in your journey to resolution. At RC&Co Lawyers, we understand that every case is unique. Our diverse team combines expertise with compassion, ensuring you're heard and understood. We believe in your right to peace of mind and resolution. Experience the empowerment of knowing you're in capable hands. RC&Co Lawyers, where peace of mind, empowerment, and resolution converge. RC&Co Lawyers. Effective, resourceful, clear. Contact us for a 20-minute complimentary consultation now.
RCCO on air. News break.
Widespread building defects are shaking the foundations of strata living across Australia, and the Strata Community Association is calling for urgent federal intervention. From flammable cladding to waterproofing failures, thousands of apartment owners are facing massive repair bills, legal battles, and plummeting property values. SCA National President Joshua Baldwin says this must change. The SCA is demanding a national framework that includes mandatory developer bonds, extended warranty protections, and stricter accountability for builders and developers, measures already gaining traction in NSW and Victoria. With 1 in 6 Australians living in strata, the push for reform is gaining momentum ahead of the next election. And the message is very clear. Owners deserve safe, secure homes, not costly consequences of poor construction.
RCCO on air. News break.
And that concludes our afternoon. Another day, another episode well spent. RC&Co Lawyers are here to offer legal support, most especially Peter Katsavalos, who is always willing and keen to help you in your matters related to construction law. We anticipate your messages on our Facebook inbox, as well as on our email, phone number, and as well as on our other social media channels. Do not forget that your information is your greatest weapon. Keep yourself informed and legally empowered. Until next time, where music and information meets, that's only here on RCCO On Air. Goodbye, everyone. Happy long weekend.
RCCO on air. Gotcha the scoop you need and the tunes you love. RCCO on air. Stay curious. Stay groovy. RCCO on air. Now signing off.